Okay, we're looking at some problems here on page 150. We'll start with number 3 here. Excuse me, number 6. We have to figure out this angle here, angle C. We have something slightly different. We have two triangles here, but really what you need to focus in on is the fact that lines are parallel here. And when lines are parallel, this angle and this angle here are basically corresponding angles. And if you're corresponding angles, you're equal. So if this is angle C, so is this. This is also angle C. And from there, you can just focus in on the top triangle, 90 degrees, 60 degrees, 30 degrees. So angle C must be 60 degrees because all triangles add up to 180. All right, we are looking at 31 and 32 here on page 151. These are kind of the ratio problems. It says, a right triangle has acute angles whose measures are in the ratio of 1 to 2. And then you're to figure out the remaining angles. So you basically have a right triangle here. You don't have to draw it, but you know you got 90 degrees. And we're not saying 1 degree, 2 degrees. We are saying they are in a ratio of 1 to 2. So maybe it's 10 to 20. Maybe it's 20 to 40, but if you reduce it, it reduces down to 1 to 2. Now you can guess and figure out what the angle is, because ultimately all angles inside a triangle add up to 180, excuse me. Or you can give yourself a variable. I'm going to give myself a variable 1 part to 2 parts. So I'm using 1x to 2x. And so this angle is 1x, and this angle will be 2x. And I know all triangles add up to 180, so I'll just say 1x plus 2x plus 90 degrees, because it's a right triangle, is equal to 180. 1 plus 2 is 3x. I'll minus the 90 the other side, and x is 30. So what does that mean? Well, 30 times 1, that's 30 degrees. 30 times 2, this is 60 degrees. And those are your two answers for number 31. Now we're going to move on to 32 here. And with 32, it's essentially the same thing, but it is not necessarily a right triangle. Whoops, I messed up there with the folding. It says the ratio of the angle measurements of triangle BCR is 2, 3, and 4. What are the angles? So then they're going to ask you what type of triangle is BCR. So the first thing we're going to do is part A here. What are the angles? Now, you just know that the ratio is 2 to 3 to 4. It could be 20 degrees, 30 degrees, 40 degrees, but everything reduces down to 2, 3, 4. Again, what we're going to do is give ourselves a variable. We're going to say it's in the ratio of 2x to 3x to 4x. And I do know, since it's a triangle, I know if I add up all of these angles, it will add up to 180. And just solve for x. So 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 4 is 9x, is equal to 180. X is equal to 20. So what does that mean? Well, now you take this 20, plug it back into the ratios. So one angle is 2 times x. That's 40 degrees. I'm just throwing down some numbers here in this picture. 20 times 3 is 60 degrees, and 20 times 4 is 80 degrees. Now the picture obviously does not match those angle measurements, but essentially you have a 40, 60, 80 triangle. Then they're going to ask you, what type of triangle is this? Well, it's not a right triangle. It's not obtuse. This is an acute triangle. And that is how you do 32.